Hey, SKOL Vikings faithful. What's up, Purple Pride Warriors? This is your die-hard Vikings fan, straight from the heart of Minnesota, firing up the horns for another epic dive into the world of our beloved team. Imagine this. 1 minute you're grinding on the practice squad, the next you're suiting up for a contender. NFL life hits like a blindside blitz, doesn't it? Today, we're unpacking a wild update from the trenches that's got me pumped and a little bittersweet. Former Vikings offensive lineman Feeney just signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Stick with me through this roller coaster of a story, because if there's one thing I love, it's chatting Vikings news with you all. Who's ready to break it down? Let's charge into it. Picture young Feeney stepping into the league back in 2017. Drafted in the 3rd round by the Los Angeles Chargers. Talk about arriving with a bang. This guy was no rookie pretender. He burst onto the scene in Week 8 of his first year, sliding into the starting left guard spot and not looking back. From 2017 to 2020, Feeney racked up 57 straight starts, anchoring that line like a purple wall in US Bank Stadium. I mean, come on, Vikings fans, remember those Chargers squads? They were beasts, going 12-4 in 2018 and snagging a gritty wild card win over the Ravens, 23-17 on the road. Feeney's blocks helped pave the way for that magic, but then came the heartbreak. A playoff gut punch from Tom Brady's Patriots. Oof, sounds familiar, right? What do you think? Could Feeney have been the missing piece in our own playoff runs? Drop your takes in the comments. But here's where the plot thickens, like a frozen tundra turf in January. After the Chargers waved goodbye post-2020 in their rebuild era, post-Phillip Rivers, you know the drill, Feeney hit free agency and landed with the Jets in 21. Starts? Just 5, mostly late-season scraps. Stuck around for 22, but only 2 more notches on the belt as a backup. It was like watching a former star fade into the depth chart shadows. Frustrating. Huh? Fast forward to 2023 with the Bears. 1 lonely start. And then, boom, he joins our Vikings in 2024. We all hoped for that purple resurgence, but he suited up for just 8 games. 0 starts. Man, as a fan, I rooted hard for him to lock down the interior. Didn't happen, but respect the hustle. Hey, quick poll. Was Feeney a missed opportunity for our O-line last year? Or just bad timing? Hit me with your honest thoughts below. Now, let's crank up the drama, because NFL moves don't get more cinematic than this. Enter 2025. Feeney signs with the Bills in August, gets cut, but claws back to the practice squad. No snaps in the first 2 weeks, just grinding, waiting for that spark. Meanwhile, down in Tampa, disaster strikes the Bucs line like a sack from Danielle Hunter. Right guard Cody Mauch, that toothless grin kid from North Dakota State, drafted in 23, goes down with a brutal season-ending knee injury last weekend. Played every snap against the Texans on Monday night, gutted it out, but now he's IR-bound. The Bucs, who've owned the NFC South for 4 straight years, are scrambling. Luke Godic's out too, and All-Pro Tristan Wirfs is still rehabbing his knee. Enter Feeney. Signed off Buffalo's squad on Thursday, per Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Times. From Vikings purple to Bucs pewter, wild twist. Vikings Nation, does this sting, or are we happy for the guy's shot? Tell me in the comments. Zooming in on Feeney's stats to keep it real because numbers don't lie, and neither do we Vikings diehards. Over 9 NFL seasons, this 6 feet 4 inches, 310-pound beast has logged 120 games, 65 starts, mostly at guard but versatile enough for center snaps too. Back in his Charger prime, he was a road grader. 0 sacks allowed in his freshman year at Indiana, honorable mention All Big Ten. With the Jets and Bears, it dipped, only 8 starts combined from 21 to 23. But hey, backups build character, right? In Minnesota last year, those 8 appearances were depth plays, no glory, but he brought vet savvy to a young line. Now in Tampa, with Mauch out for 15 games, Feeney's eyeing that right guard gig behind rookies like Luke Haggard. Stats say he's got the experience. 57 consecutive starts early on, a fumble recovery in 19. Could he stabilize their run game for Baker Mayfield? As a Vikings fan, I'm torn. Rooting against him twice a year now? What's your prediction for his Bucs impact? Sound off. But hold up, SKOL Squad. This isn't just Feeney's redemption arc. It's a reminder of how thin our own O-line depth felt last year. While Dan's off chasing rings in the NFC South, those Bucs are contenders, 2-0 early with that win over Houston. We're here prepping for Week 3 against the Bengals. Speaking of updates, I've got fresh Vikings news to weave in. J.J. McCarthy's nursing an ankle sprain from that ugly primetime loss to the Falcons. Likely sitting Sunday, with Carson Wentz stepping in. O-line-wise, Christian Darrisaw sat out Thursday practice but no setback on his ACL rehab. Fingers crossed. And get this, we're re-signing RB Cam Akers to cover Aaron Jones' hamstring tweak. Plus, whispers of Adam Thielen eyeing a farewell season back home. Feeney's exit highlights our need for reliable guards. Ed Ingram? Dalton Reisner? Who's next? Fans, if you could poach one vet for our line right now, who is it? Let's debate in the replies. As we hit the midpoint here, let's paint the picture of Feeney's Charger glory days one more time, because man, what a ride that was. That 2018 season. 12-4 playoff fever, Feeney owning left guard like he owned those Big Ten lines at Indiana. Remember the Ravens game? Road Warriors 23-17. His blocks springing Melvin Gordon for key gains. Then the Pats dagger classic Brady 41-28. Crushed dreams, just like some of our Vikings heartbreaks. Feeney carried that chip into the Jets era, but the league's a meat grinder. From 57 starts to sporadic action, it's the NFL's brutal churn. Yet here he is, 31 years old, versatile as ever, landing in Tampa amid their chaos. Bucs fans might not know it, but they just got a guy who knows pressure. Vikings brothers and sisters, ever wonder if a healthy Feeney could have flipped our 24 script? Share your what-ifs. I'm all ears. Shifting gears to Tampa's turmoil, because this move doesn't happen without their desperation. Cody Mauch, that FCS phenom with the iconic grin, was their rock. Every snap since 36 games, minus 9 plays. But that knee, torn up Monday night, finishes the game like a warrior, now sidelined till 2026. At Godick on IR, Wirfs delayed. Bucs lines a revolving door. They poached Feeney quick, promoting Haggard, adding Sua Opeta to the squad. Opeta? Ex-Eagle with 10 starts, ACL bounce back. Feeney's the vet anchor, 65 career starts, recent depth in Chicago and Minnesota. Reports from ESPN's Jenna Lane say he's depth for now, but with Graham Barton shifting inside once Wirfs returns, opportunity knocks. As Vikings fans, we get it, depth saves seasons. What do you say, Purple Army? Feeney starts Week 3 for Tampa, yes or no? Vote in the comments. Tying this back to us because every ex-Viking story echoes our grind. In 24, Feeney was that reliable backup, appearing in 8 games, no starts, but his presence steadied practices. Think about it. While Justin Jefferson torched secondaries, our line needed glue. Feeney brought it quietly, no headlines, just reps. Now, with him gone to Buffalo then Tampa, we're eyeing our own tweaks. Latest Vikings buzz? That Akers return bolsters the backfield post-Jones injury. Smart depth move. And McCarthy's ankle? Week to week. Per Kevin O'Connell. Wentz time. Baby. Darrisaw's practicing light, but he's our cornerstone. Feeney's journey screams resilience. From Charger stud to Vikings journeyman. Makes me appreciate our core more. Hey, fans. Who's our unsung O-line hero this year? Tag him below. Let's geek out on Feeney's versatility for a sec, because in the trenches, that's gold. Guard, center, even right tackle in a pinch. 41 starts at RG early, 5 at RT. At Indiana, 0 sacks freshman year, all-conference beast. Chargers loved him for it until the rebuild. Jets? Backup battles. Bears? 1 start, traded mid-23. Vikings? Depth duty. But stats pop. 120 games. Fumble recovery flair. In Tampa, with Mauch's void, he could slide right in. Bucs ran for 150-plus yards last game. Need that continuity. Imagine him pancaking El Beast for Racked White. Bittersweet for us. But props. Vikings Nation, if Feeney balls out against an NFC foe, do we cheer the underdog or boo the buck? Your call. Comment now. Fresh off the press, Vikings updates to keep the energy high. We're 1-1 after that Falcons flop. McCarthy's INT stung, but defense held. Now Bengals loom. Burrow Chase versus Jefferson. LSU showdown. Signed Desmond Ridder as QB Insurance Tuesday. Smart. Huh? And Thielen? Teammate hints he's back for a swan song. Emotional homecoming? O-line stable so far, but Feeney's move reminds us. Injuries lurk. Our depth? Ingram's growing, Reisner's gritty. Feeney's 2025 Bills stint. 0 snaps, but ready. Is Tampa leap? Per Pro Football Rumors immediate depth boost. As your passionate Vikings voice, I'm fired up. This league stories fuel us. What Bengals prediction you got? Bold takes welcome. Diving deeper into the Bucs mess, because context is king in Vikings news breakdowns. For straight NFC South crowns. But now? Line in shambles. Mach's knee. Season ender per sources. Gutted through snaps like a Viking. Godic IR, Wirf's post-surgery limbo. They elevated Elijah Simmons on D2, Khalija Kancey's pec tear. Feeney's the O-line fix, signed Thursday, per Aaron Wilson on X. Bills lose a vet slot, but no panic, they're set for Dolphins Thursday. Feeney, post-Vikings 24, 8 games, was grinding Buffalo practice. Now active roster shot 65 starts calling. For us purple bleeders, it's a what could have been. Ever think he'd thrive here with better fit? Spill it. Fans. Reliving Feeney's Jets detour short but telling. 21 signing. 1-year deal. 5 late starts after Mekhi Becton woes. High-fived Colts fans post-loss. Class act. 22 re-sign. 2 starts. Backup life. Then 23 Dolphins trade to Bears. 1 start. Depth again. Pattern? League's youth movement. But his Charger streak? Legendary 57 starts. Playoff pedigree. In Minnesota, 0 starts but 8 games. Protected Sam Darnold, J.J. McCarthy glimpses. Now Tampa. Could be his 18 redux. Bucs 2-0, Mayfield slinging Feeney blocks for glory? As a fan, I'm hyped for underdogs. Vikings crew. Rate Feeney's career. Bust or bounce back? Comments section, go. Wrapping the career mosaic. From Indiana Hoosier, Liz Frank setback 13, but all Big Ten 16, to Charger 3rd rounder. Post Rivers rebuild cut him loose. Smart? Nah, they missed those 57 starts. Jets era, 21 games, 7 starts. Bears/Vikings, sparse. 2025 Bills, practice warrior. Tampa call-up, timely. Stats shine versatile, tough. For Vikings, his 24 tenure, steady hand, no flash. Latest team news. Akers back. Ridder in. Depth obsession. McCarthy versus Bengals? Wentz watch. Feeney's tale? NFL Resilience 101. Passionate question. Would you welcome him back mid-season? Yes/no. Why? As we near the end, let's hype Feeney's potential Bucs spark. Because stories like this keep us hooked. With Mach out 15 games, Feeney's 65 starts scream, insert here. Behind Klein, Haggard, Chukwuma, limited snaps those kids have. Opeda on squad adds layers, but Feeney's the sage. Tampa's run game? Mach enabled 150-plus yards. Feeney could sustain. Versatility. Center if Barton shifts. Per Joe Bucs fan, hustled signing post-injury reveal. For ex-Vikings like us, it's closure, wished more, but onward. Our purple path? Bengals Sunday. Jefferson versus Chase. Fireworks. Fans? Feeney starter by October? Bet on it? Final Vikings pulse before we close. 1-1, defense dominating, offense tweaking. Jones hamstring. Akers steps up. 2024 reunion magic. Thielen farewell vibes? Heartwarming. Darrisaw's ACL progress. Full go soon. McCarthy ankle. Wentz ball control mode. Feeney's exit underscores our line evolution. Ingram's arc. Reisner's grit. From his Charger peak to Tampa now, Dan's grind inspires. As your Vikings hype man, this news fuels the fire. Last ask. Biggest 25 storyline so far? Comment. Let's chat. Alright, SKOL family, we've journeyed through Dan Feeney's whirlwind, from Charger stud, Jets journeyman, Bears blip, Vikings vestige, Bills benchwarmer to Bucs booster. Bittersweet. Absolutely, he could have been our anchor, but life's a draft lottery. With 65 starts under his belt, season-ending voids in Tampa, he's primed for impact. Remember, NFL's a sprint in cleats, adapt or get flagged. For us, eyes on Bengals. Wentz, Jefferson, purple pride roaring. This is why we love Vikings news, twists, triumphs, tailgates. What's your hot take on Feeney's move? Spill below. There you have it, horns up. Dan Feeney's chasing NFC glory while we build our empire. Quick stat flex, 120 games, 0 quit. Tampa's gain, but Vikings forever in his story. Fresh buzz. Akers re-signed, Ritter QB3, O'Connell's chess moves. McCarthy heals, Darisaw dominates. Feeney's arc? Pure motivation. As your passionate Vikings voice, thanks for riding this wave. Now, the SKOL call. Smash that like if you're hyped for Week 3, drop your Bengals score prediction in comments, subscribe for daily Vikings news drops, and share with your fellow Purple Warriors. Let's pack the timeline. Until next time, keep the faith, stay purple, SKOL Vikings.